Hey, so today I'm going to talk to you about 7 things that you should never do in an automatic car. And the first thing is this is an automatic transmission vehicle. And I'll show you. The first thing never to do an automatic transmission vehicle is that many driving schools, they teach you how to drive with one foot, using the accelerator and the brake, operating them both with one foot. Never drive with 2 feet. That's what you should never do. When some people are just learning how to drive, they'll use one foot to control the accelerator of the vehicle, and the other foot to control the brake of the vehicle. You should never drive with 2 feet when you're driving in an automatic vehicle. Sometimes when people are driving down the street, pressing down the accelerator, if your foot's just resting on the brake pedal, it's even a little bit, it's going to wear the brakes down. It's going to wear out the tumblers. That's the first thing not to do in an automatic car. The second thing not to do in an automatic car is, I'll show you the second thing not to do in an automatic car. Is you never ever shift while driving into reverse while you're driving down the road in an automatic transmission vehicle. Reason why is because if you put it into reverse while driving down the road, or from reverse to drive while you're not at a complete stop, if you want to move the gear shifter, make sure you're at a complete stop. If you're not at a complete stop, you could cause some serious damage on the gearbox and the other components of it. You could wear it out. Even worse than how you imagine. So never do it in an automatic transmission. Another thing, don't put your vehicle in neutral at a traffic. Don't put your vehicle in neutral at a traffic light. Here, I'll just show you. Here, I'll show you not what to do. So, never ever put your car in neutral at a traffic light, because a lot of people think that keeping your vehicle in drive at a red light. No, it's very hot in here, so I'm going to roll down the windows real quick. So another thing, never ever, just roll down the windows real quick. So another thing, never ever put your car in neutral at a traffic light. Another thing, don't coast in neutral when you're going down a hill. Why? Because you won't be able to rev up. You won't be able to rev the engine. You can't accelerate. And see by this tachometer. This tachometer here. I'll see if the camera's gonna pick it up. So you won't be able to press on the accelerator, and the tachometer will not rise up. All you can do is just slow down. You won't be able to speed up. And that's another thing you should never do in an automatic car. Another thing you should never do in an automatic car is do not launch your car while it's still. Do not rev your car up while it's don't do a neutral drop. Some people call it neutral drop, so others call it launch. And the worst thing they could do is what's known as launching. Launching is when you drive off very, very fast from a standstill. It should never be done in an automatic car. Don't put it. Launching is basically like you put the car in neutral. Where they put the car in neutral, and then they rev it up. When it reaches the desired RPM, I'll see if the camera is gonna pick it up. Sorry about that. Another thing, and then when the tachometer reaches when this tachometer reaches the desired RPM, they'll put it into drive, and they'll speed off. You should never ever do it. It can destroy the clutches of the automatic transmission. That's what you should not do in an automatic transmission. Never drive 2 feet. Never put it in reverse or drive. Never put it in neutral or drive. Never close to new. And number 6, another thing you should never do in an automatic car is shift the car into park when you're not in a complete stop. Putting it in park while you're not at a complete stop could wear out the gearbox and the other components in that gearbox. Because when you put it in park, a pin in it locks the transmission, so the wheels won't be able to spin. The wheels will move, but they'll move with great difficulties. The park position is supposed to keep your car from rolling away, even with the handbrake off, not to stop your car while it's still moving. That's something you should never do in an automatic car. Another thing you should and the 8th thing you should never do in an automatic car is never ever delay changing the gearbox oil, because automatic cars require to change the gearbox oil often on an automatic. Instead of in a manual, in a manual car, you don't need to change the gearbox quite a lot, the oil quite a lot, gearbox oil quite a lot. As much as an automatic. So, you never ever don't do all these things. And that is, so you learnt about 7 things you should never do in an automatic car. So never ever do these things. If you like the video, click like. If you like it. If you're not a subscriber, hit subscribe. Remember to ring the bell so you're missing my future videos. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching this video.